But it's not even that just people can't hold. Also, it's just like some people, for them, sex is one thing, and then feelings is one thing. So I can be with you, and I love you, and physically, like you are who I want, but like only your every time, every day beef, sometimes chicken, sometimes fish, sometimes tilapia, sometimes sushi, sometimes all three. Like, you know. Welcome to another. We always say another. I want to spice it up. I don't know what else to say. Welcome to a dangerous, an invested, a dynamic episode of Shade Corner. Today with us we have a most stunning, a most wonderful, a most music guest. Taymi B.
Oh, stop it.
Entertainer number one. I don't even know what, because we can't even just say, okay, radio host, writer, content creator, in fact,
entertainment executive,
EP,
tech entrepreneur,
all of it, tech entrepreneur, exactly. Latest tech guru. Are you excited to be with us today?
I am so excited. I am so privileged among superstars.
We are privileged.
People of high caliber and charisma.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
This is the high table.
I mean, you can't sit with us. They were telling me all my life. Can you see where I'm seated? Thank you. God bless.
If you're excited now, wait till you hear the topic we have today. Today we're going to be discussing something very salacious, very naughty, very cheeky. Are you guys ready? I know Taymi you'll be very excited. Like a party. Today we are discussing open relationships.
Whoa.
Sneaky links. Dirty dealing. I love you guys. So what do you guys think about open relationships? Well, I mean, we all know what open relationships are. That's when people are in a relationship with themselves, but it's open to other sexual stuff with other people.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about it?
I think that to be in an open relationship, you have to be honest to a certain level. So I like the honesty. I'm all for honesty and communication. So I love it.
So you are for it.
I'm for it.
One eye. Eye on name.
What you will speak your own first.
You are another married man.
As my judgment.
A complete name.
No, but what if now Claire should come and say, look, okay, well, you guys have been married for 2 seconds. In 15 years.
How dare you check up? Have any of the relationship lasted up to 3 years? You don't.
That's
You are
The
calling
shade
it a
is
second.
cornering in the shade corner.
What I meant.
The second in terms of
What I meant.
Don't buy them.
What I meant was, it's still fresh. You guys are still now.
I know.
But by the time, 15 years from now.
Never. A nay.
Okay.
We only have the third person
Even
in
if
our
she
relationship.
asks,
What
even if
if
she
it's
asks,
her that wants
what if Claire comes and says, you know what, Aka, I've seen your ass too many times. I can now draw your ass
Have
over
you met
memory.
Aka?
I'm tired.
Taba, have you met Aka? Do you think Aka will permit such?
I actually do.
No, but that's
Where we run
question.
to pastors.
What's your
What if
answer?
your
Our
wife?
reports.
No, but what if your wife?
Come and see your daughter in the Lord.
What if it's not the pastor that is the third tree?
Do it like it's your baby.
This show is right.
I reject such. Please, we should stop using Claire's name. Stop it.
I never used.
After you just came for me, if I don't drag Claire down, guys. So why do we think people enter into open relationships?
I think it's that whole idea of we want to spice things up, you know. You don't want to end your relationship, but you
Let's
want
not
to
even
enjoy.
specify marriages. Open relationships.
Yeah.
A relationship, you don't want to end your
Yeah.
relationship, but you want to enjoy other things. You want to.
Sometimes because what about people who are polyandrous? Polyandrous is when you generally don't want monogamy. You like general lovers. I know people who are polyandrous.
That's not open.
No, but that's what I'm saying. What if you meet somebody who's polyandrous?
Then
And
they would
from the
have to be in
beginning,
an
they
open
say,
relationship.
yes, so it's not that they want to spice things up, though. It's just
Also,
distance.
It's just that that's who they are.
Distance is a big thing.
Distance
We live in
can
different countries.
this distance can cause situationship where open relationship can occur, and then when
You
distance
just said
comes
like
back.
seven shapes, man.
Wait. Can cause situationship where
Which will cause open relationship, which will lead to another ship,
Distance
which
can
will
cause a
Titanic ship.
situationship in which a open relationship can occur.
situation.
Open relationship.
Situation you mean?
A situationship.
I'm getting it.
Relationship is the type of relationship.
That's what I'm
I
asking.
know. But anyways, though, I think for me, what I think is basically the intrinsic reasons why some people are open is trust issues. They don't trust their partners to the extent where they believe like, oh my God, like I'm giving you my entire
don't
trust issues, and also
you
trusting
can't
themselves.
but you cannot
Some
enter
people
an
can't trust
open
themselves.
relationship if you have
Can I pour out my heart?
Let's see how much time I have. You can start and cut you off when I'm tired.
Oh, please. So also people who don't trust themselves enough to give love or think that they are good enough to like.
But it's not about love.
Not good enough.
That's what it's my opinion.
Love. It's open relationship. What's which love? What's the love?
It's not always
Not
about sex.
Sometimes
it's
not sexual.
People don't
It's
open their
non-sexual.
relationships to go
Sometimes
and
it's
love
non-sexual.
someone.
No, sometimes open can be emotional.
It's emotional. It can be an emotional.
Sometimes
thing.
emotional. Yeah.
So you're saying that if you don't trust yourself enough to give one
Some people
person,
want like
say,
more
let me
people
give
to talk
everybody.
to.
And then that's
like,
friendship.
because
You
you don't
have
want that
friends.
level. You don't think
I
that
just
it even
realized I
exists. So you
thought
don't want to
that.
get yourself into that heartbroken state or something.
That's
So sorry, with the one that people that open relationship for emotions, what's the difference between that and having a friend?
I
No,
got a
it's
friend.
more.
It's more because it's not just
Yeah.
sex. It's not that there's no sex involved.
It's
It's
intimacy.
more than sex. There's intimacy. They want more intimacy.
More than that friendly.
Yeah, from
So you
somebody
hug
else.
personally, well.
Not only
it's
hug,
like
you talk to them
know
about
what it is,
everything.
like
You
you
are
tell them
there with
about
them.
your
You are
inner
Like a
seeing
best
them.
friend
Talk-
or like a close
No,
buddy?
No, like a
would you
lover.
sex and talk to your best friend about it?
Like
You
Sheldon
two
and Amy
together.
before they had sex.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Those
different.
were your roommates.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
gosh.
they were
Sexy time.
intimate. Yeah.
With sexy
Okay.
time. So
Yes.
have you guys ever been in a relationship? Have you ever tried?
Ah.
Why are you guys whispering?
Oh,
Yeah.
They have tried.
I don't want
And
my
we don't
gist
wanna
out
lie.
there.
We don't-
I don't want my
No,
conversation to
but
be
you-
out
only
there.
tell my
You
secret
have
friends.
to tell us the experience. You have to.
You go first. It was not the best.
Mine, we ended the openness of it pretty quick because we opened it and then I was like, cool, but then he didn't quite.
Find somebody.
Yeah, so we came back together and I was like, that was great. And he was like, well, god damn it. And then
It was in my past.
and then he now like went out of his way to be like, oh, me too, I must. And he was like, it's not competition now. I thought it was just not. It's not my fault. I'm saying like, it's not my fault. It was easier for me. You don't have to. Every small thing, he was like, oh my god, I must. I was like,
So how
we
does it
closed
work? Is it that every time you want to have something done with somebody else, you say,
So
okay,
we would tell.
so next
we would
Friday
talk about it.
we are going to.
Not next Friday, but it would be like, oh, I'm out and like there's this guy or this babe or this. Did I? Whoops. There's this guy and there's this human. And then I would text and be like, yo, what do you think? Or sometimes he would even be like with me and I'd be like, and then.
I know
you
being open doesn't mean that two of them are doing it together.
Yeah. That's separate. That's why I said, so there's a difference in open relationships and then there's couples who source together. That's not open relationship.
but
That's
But
just
orgies.
3 songs now.
No, but
3,
you know,
4, 5, 7, it depends on your number. People that go to orgies, that's different. Open relationships is separate.
Ah, yes.
for open relationships, there has to be rules. That's
Yes.
what I wanted to speak.
Yes,
Has to be done
there has to be.
There has to be
Culture.
clear.
There has to be rules. There has to be like
clear
home at a
guidelines.
certain time.
Yes.
Everybody has to know details. Some people have like a
Don't go with the
kissing
friends.
rule.
Don't sleep with friends.
There are no
Well, you know,
friends.
no kissing
No
rule.
kissing
Okay.
rules.
Those
Okay.
kind of things,
Don't do
yeah.
it twice, like or twice, 3 times. It depends.
90
So
degrees
basically,
of
it's for people
relation-
who
closeness.
can't hold themselves, but it's just to
It's
allow.
not that. Sometimes, look, monogamy, I'm not gonna lie, scientifically speaking, is a bit bullshit, you know?
Is it really?
Scientifically, well, I feel like, I think the issue is people to me are like a bomb. Like we are so fragile and we're constantly changing. And the change it can happen anytime. And it makes being together with one person so dangerous. For one person. It's always
difficult.
dangerous for one person.
It's a lot for both
because
parties.
somebody you met that was one way in like 2 years can decide this is not who I am
Completely
anymore.
different person.
Where does that leave you as a person? Someone you decided to spend the rest of your life with, and all of a sudden this person is not the same person, and there's nothing you can do about
But do
it.
people change behaviorally and with character? But do they change? Do people's values change? And
Sometimes.
principles?
sometimes values and principles do
Sometimes.
Yes, they do.
You start to see
Sometimes.
life
That's
differently.
not about life.
But it's not even that just people can't hold. Also, it's just like some people, for them, sex is one thing, and then feelings is one thing. So I can be with you, and I love you, and physically, I'm like you are who I want, but like only your every time. Every day beef. Sometimes chicken. Sometimes fish. Sometimes tilapia. Sometimes sushi. Sometimes all three. Like, you know. So some people separate it. And then it's also what you're saying about life is dynamic. So let's still be meeting people. So that you know. It's also to keep people on jump. If you like, overchange too much. I did road.
But then there's the risk of somebody like falling in
going
love.
to say that.
Yeah. It's always a risk. And that's why, to me, the best open relationships are the ones where you know where your heart is. It's your genitalia that is moving outside. Your heart is in one place.
But then the genitalia can lead to the heart.
Yes.
Yes,
You know,
so then,
you
are
can
you
just
saying-
do one kind of, someone can just do one kind of somersault and
And
love.
then
You never
again,
know.
there's rules. So maybe then open relationship, if you are really
Nigerians
watching
are
this.
rule breakers.
No, we'll get to. So we're just talking about relationships in general. We will not get to how Nigerians do their own, because what did we say? The open relationship requires honesty and communication.
So
Nigeria, where Lai Mohammed is our guy, that's where.
Okay, so if we have a rule, don't see somebody more than once.
Yeah.
And then you see this guy, you now tell
You have
your
broken
partner
the
that,
rule.
see, look, I've met this guy, and we had this thing.
Yeah,
this
then we
thing."
talk about
and
it.
you say, do not have meeting
It can never
again.
be quarrel, first of all. We talk about it. Maybe if it's that this third person is busting your brain sexually, my brain, maybe we all enjoy. Maybe.
No, what I'm
No,
saying
but
is
she's
that
now telling
your
you that
partner now
this is a
says,
different-
No, but that's what I'm saying, that your
again.
partner is saying that person is the one that is fitting. Bring, let's all see what is so sweet. Maybe we'll now be trouble inside. Or maybe true, you love this person better. Oh yeah, two of you help me pack my load, let me be great.
No, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with
It
that.
can lead to
It's
that
not
situation.
communicating.
I feel
I
like
would say flee from danger.
But you do what you agreed to.
no, guys. I feel like we're getting it wrong.
I think so too.
I feel like if you're in an open relationship, right? For example, I've never had a one night stand in my life. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
You know, to just and I move on.
Yeah.
So if I was to do an open relationship, I will find the one other person that I want to sleep with for like an extended period of time. So I know that it's the both of us. I'm going to go and see this guy tomorrow on Wednesday, Thursday. It's like that Caesar song.
Okay.
You got me mine for the weekend.
The weekend.
And you be my weekday guy, that's my weekend guy.
Yes.
And that, I mean, feelings will get involved, but I think that's okay, because at
No.
least you know that there's that other person.
That's actually where the problem
This
is.
is now. In fact, we're now going
That's
to
the
even now.
problem.
This is. I love that a Nigerian lady told me this so that we can discuss Nigeria's open relationship. That is not how to do it, ma'am. If you are seeing one person every other time, you are not in an open relationship. You are in two relationships,
Okay, that's a
and they are both
relationship.
close. So just you people. No, not ma'am.
No,
No.
you're sampling both of them.
It's not open, my dear. It's very close. You are dating two.
Next thing, they'll start saying they want to go on holiday together. They want to.
Are you see why I said Nigeria is going to do this thing well? I've heard so many stories here because you know I'm a girl of the world. I've known people doing open relationship in abroad, and I've met people doing it here. And when I compare and contrast, I say, oh, it's not hard enough.
It's not similar.
Because
Ours is exotic, is the way our
is it not
Our
exotic?
own is exotic.
Jollof open relationship.
We're adapting our culture.
Exactly, we have to put some flavor.
We have to
Okay,
love in our own
okay.
relationship.
You get
I
what I
love
mean?
it. Okay.
The open relationship, the key point of that is that's why it's open relationship. You are in a relationship with one,
No,
and it is
hold on. I
open
disagree.
to a steady. You know the result, the revolving door.
You know
used to
when
enter
Molly
the
was with Dro, who was married,
Yeah.
and he was with Molly,
Yeah.
and they were like repeatedly seeing
Yeah.
each other. That was an open setup.
That was
No,
not an open relationship.
that was an affair.
That was an affair.
That is affair.
That was a whole damn affair.
So those who have not watched Insecure, somebody was dating a married man. That is different.
That killed me.
That is different.
So maybe I'm an affair person.
I think you are an affair person.
I mean, so the long one that movie, dangerous liaison. That is what you are doing. It's different.
I see.
No.
Okay.
And it has to be balanced.
Acid attack.
Exactly.
But wait,
Then
what if we're both in affairs? That's an open thing.
No, that
not
is your
open
both
again.
in a face. That's dangerous liaisons you people are doing. This one is at the end of the night, or at the end of every night. Now we.
And for open, it means that the wife is aware of you and she
Yeah.
approves.
Yeah.
Can you
know?
compare that to like work wife? Like now people say, oh, I have a work wife, I have a work husband, all this kind of thing. Can
But then you
compare
don't
that?
typically sleep with
They
your
don't sleep with the work wives now.
Depends on how.
But Nigerians, I'm sure they sleep with
Yeah,
the
it
work
was
wives.
Depends on,
Ah, we're
And the work
working.
secretaries too. Knowing Nigerians.
depends on how it works. It's a tricky situation. Now, speaking of open relationships, we know we don't really have any famous couples in Nigeria who are in open relationships. That
we do, but
they haven't
announced it.
They haven't announced it, but at least we have one famous couple
We have
that's
Father
announced
Abraham. We have
mine.
We do have.
We do have Father Abraham. Has many
Do
sons.
they have to
Think longer,
decode it?
You have to be smart, Tamara.
Tammy.
Father
We
Abraham.
don't have to make Father Abraham.
But that's not an open relationship.
No, unofficially.
In Nigeria, we have a lot of unofficial open relationships.
Yeah.
We also have, so my own is, if a relationship is open, it's open for everybody. So Nigerian relationships, what it is your husband is moving on road.
Yeah.
Then you, the wife, you are cooking stew at home.
I'm praying.
I don't mind, I don't mind.
Pray.
But you ain't getting no, you ain't getting no, you're not in an open relationship, you are in bondage, darling. You are in bondage. If you tell me now, Anna is on road, then it's an open relationship. But Anna is with the 18 kids at home. So, is it open?
It's not 18 though.
Oh, sorry, 27.
And they don't all live in
32. Not be hosted.
Some of them are in abroad.
Wow, Tamara.
Sam, this is the shade corner.
Tamara.
I mean, if it's in the blog, Annie knows now. We all know, everyone knows.
Okay.
But that's not open relationship. This thing, open relationship is okay, let's take a look at Will and Jada. I like them, they're a good case study.
Okay.
So clearly, for years, we have always said they're in open relationship. They used to try and deny it because Will has that his whole, look at that picture perfect family, that at least he has thrown that one away now. But yes, so he was in an open relationship. August came. Anyway,
But that was an affair because they were sleeping with each other.
Will was aware.
Yes, that's what I'm
But
still
it went
saying.
on too long. But apparently, so the tea at the time is Will too was also sleeping with somebody.
Yeah, they do open.
Yes.
Yes.
So that one is open.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there was no law.
one is different.
That was a
She
boy.
didn't love August.
The one you
did not
described is
love
different.
us.
August loved her.
That's a great
That
shape
was
for
the
August.
problem.
And she drew him in.
But she's a nasty
But
person.
that's a song story. But do you know that that's why your description is not best? Because if they step together once and moved on, there will be no chance for them to fall in love.
Exactly.
Understand?
That's also the
There will be
problem
no
in
red
open
table
relationship.
talk.
The other person can fall in love with one of the.
Oh, the third party.
The other party can
It is
fall in love.
open
That's their own
relationship
business.
between A and B. If C, D, E, F to Z want to catch feelings, that's their business.
Exactly. What's
That's
your
not
business
part
with them?
of the open relationship.
They knew the contracts.
So, I like this next question. Are men comfortable with their partners having female partners rather than male partners? I have an answer, but I'll let you
I
guys
think the
answer.
question that would have been more interesting is that are women comfortable with their male partners having other male partners? That's the one that would have
There's
shaken
no
the
to the
table.
knees eye to both of them. No to the knees eye.
Because you know that for women it's harder.
Even just
fair.
being open,
What do you mean?
men have a problem with women.
Yeah.
Because of what you said.
Yeah.
It's easier for a woman to get niggers. They're just guys all over
Yeah.
the D-hairs.
All we do is like this.
But for men,
D-hairs.
it's hard for men to be on road. You got to spend some cash.
Yeah.
You got to
But that's
drop
what I
some
like
stuff.
this question though. Well, for girls though, if your husband should come and say, me too, I want to be with other women, I want to be with other men.
With
Will
reference
accept it?
Insecure, don't you remember when Insecure, when Molly went on a date and the guy said, oh, you know, she was like, yeah, I've been with girls before. And he was like, cool. And then he was like, oh, I've been with guys before. And she said, what? And she went crazy. And she broke up with him instantly.
I never understood.
Yes.
I don't get it. I mean, would you guys be okay if your girl says she want to be with other girls?
I mean,
If Claire said,
shut
for
up.
your birthday,
Don't call Claire, call
for your
Stephanie.
birthday, never me want to go for me.
I will pour you this drink.
It's your clothes.
What about Melinda?
Yes, so his cuckoo is clothes. Pour it, and then now you go see directly.
Call
No,
Melinda.
if Claire said I want to sample Stephanie for your
What
birthday.
Claire, Melinda?
What I would say is, it's easier for men to deal with their women being with other women.
Yes.
Why?
Period.
Was
Than with other men.
Yeah.
Why? I don't get that.
Because the fantasy.
I guess
fantasy
yeah,
now.
you know men really
Freakish.
Right.
fetishize.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
babes.
Even things like threesomes, it's rare to see like
two guys and a girl.
I have to ask a
one guy
question.
and two
Yeah.
girls.
Even
To
if-
my fellow female,
Yeah.
am I weird? But do you, are gay men not kind of hot to you?
I mean, they are. But you see, the thing is,
It's a fantasy also.
I think both ways is the fear that that's just better. There's
something that you cannot offer. There's something you cannot offer that they are getting from somebody else.
Yeah, like if he goes with a guy that's what can I give you? I can't give you sweet as that. And same thing.
But they struggle now.
With the
my dream is to pipe a man.
Wow, really?
I've never found anybody willing and compliant.
Get the strap.
And now I'm a Christian. I don't do these things anymore.
These stories were telling are all from past lives.
Yes. In my past, my dream was
only
to use my strap.
lives.
Not my strap. I don't have a strap.
What do you
but
mean?
if I had a strap on, was to use it. It'd be so sweet. Just, but it can never be anybody I like. I would be disrespectful about it. I know I will.
She gonna destroy it all.
Bend over.
I can see you doing that.
We're so weak.
Disrespectful.
And that by then, baby, you hungry? Let me get you rice.
Oh my days. Yeah, I think it's just the fear that whatever that is will be better than whatever they give.
So
even for men and women, because women, they do know it's their body, they do know how to do it.
Yeah.
So if a woman do undo you,
then it's a wrap.
it's like once you pop, you can't stop.
Oh.
Can't stop. Yeah, exactly. The guy will be like, it will not be booming again.
So is that why Nigerian men sometimes are like, let them not come and
exactly.
This Real Housewives, this Real Housewives show that they have, I think they have like 7 kids or something, and they were in an open marriage. Yeah, open marriage, do your thing, do my thing. She has left her husband for a woman.
You see?
She discovered herself.
Yeah, they do it better.
I think that's why, to be honest, like it's unnecessary, all this extra, because it will just lead you to where end of road.
That's tears about this thing.
For me and my wife, we're intrinsically like our core and our like everything is centered on our religious beliefs, on our spirituality. And if we're saying we're Christians, let's do it by the books. And who created marriage and relationship? God. And God says it's 2 people. We do everything we can to. I mean 3 people, because the Holy Spirit is involved. And to be honest, it can get wild sometimes. But like we say, it's not because if you leave me,
having 3 people with the Holy Spirit.
If you leave me, I can, especially because before I got married, I've been,
on streets.
All over the place.
I experimented, but once I said, once I became born again, I said, let me enter marriage. I decided things. So if somebody wants to, Holy Spirit, you just say, dear, come back.
Cut that cord.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's
but
cute.
what scares me, even with that, is one day my partner can just decide, I'm agnostic. And then then the foundation of what you had is then gone, because the person is like people are the problem. People, guys, humans, we are the problem.
Church changes every day. Me, when I was young, as a young Catholic, they used to tell me A, B, and C. Now my Pope is saying, do it like it's your birthday. That's our Pope now. So anything they say now in the church, hey, threesome, not too bad. Are you really gonna say? What are you and Claire gonna do then?
I'm not following church.
Okay.
You know me.
But I thought you just said it was based on the law.
It's spirituality.
So what if your religious leader says it's alright?
He knows what
you're trying
What that's what I'm saying. It's not about the religious
It's not about
leader.
I like
It's
that.
about his value system, which is
that's
absolutely
lovely.
fine.
That's beautiful. I love it. It's beautiful.
So are Nigerians hypocritical about open relationships?
Yes.
I'm just hypocritical about everything.
Yeah, because a lot of people
sexual.
lie that they're not doing any of that shit.
But they'll be the ones to cheat the most.
Yeah.
How many Nigerian men have I seen at the clubs with their wives?
Oh, hallelujah.
There's always a Stacy or an Amanda, but never
There's
a wife.
always, and
always
it's always an
somebody
English
else.
name.
Yeah.
It's always something.
Meanwhile, check our
Or
driver's
Jessica.
license.
I've heard that Jessicas are always sleeping with somebody's husband.
And Anita. You know, when I was small, this is a true story. When I was small, I watched there was a Nigerian movie, I think maybe Glamour Girls or something, like the original one. And one of like the pad girls, her name was Anita. So literally, primary school, secondary school, every Anita I met, I was like, Anita.
Dangerous girl.
Baby. All right. Yeah.
Do we think open relationships actually save marriages or relationships?
So.
No.
Honestly,
I
think so. It depends on the situation.
I think if you have all the rules set up, if you have you understand, you communicate, because you have to remember that, like you said, trust and all those things. If all those things are there, and then
let me tell you why. Like she said, humans are the problem.
That's what I wanted to say.
You see, boundaries. Humans are not used to boundaries. If you extend it, it will be okay for a while. Next thing, somebody will want to extend again.
Yeah. And also
we
emotions.
are not good with just raining.
Emotions.
So that one, it will still end in tears.
I have a story. So my friend got married at a tender age. She was 22, 3 or something. And then she's 30 something now, but around when she was 28, and her husband was young when they got married. They don't have any kids yet, but when they were like 28 or so, they were going through infertility issues, different issues, all sorts of issues. And both of them are, first of all, you know my feelings on sexuality. I don't think anybody's that straight. It's a spectrum, everybody's split. So both of them are not the straightest. So they were going through things, and they were cheating, and they were, you know, it was almost divorce. But then they are one of those couples, you know how people just intrinsically love each other. There's a love. Like they're each other's best friends there. So I don't know what, something happened, something deep happened, somebody died. And so at the funeral,
one of them died?
No,
somebody
their family.
else.
Their family, somebody's uncle, mom, or I can't remember. So at the funeral, they kind of bonded, and there was a lot of talking and openness, and they were like, you know what, we do love each other, but we don't want to just sleep with each other. We want to, if you see them now, Omo loves young dream. Almost 10 years together. They've never been happier. And they're in an open relationship now. And it could work, and they're pregnant. It's cute now. It's a lovely story. No. When they were trying to get pregnant. Also, she mainly sleeps with babes. So I mean, even when they do guys, it's, you know, it's their relationship is sweet and it looks sweet. It's like it's just a revolving. It's like
could be that way.
Buffet.
Because it can destroy.
But it can also destroy. But I think. But what did I say? The key thing I said. But the key thing I said is they communicate well. They have rules. They stick to the rules because they love each other first and foremost. Everything else is just for.
But let me ask you a question.
And I tell you sweet, won't you believe? Number 2.
No.
Sometimes
I will not
be I think she's talking about.
I know this is the only way we can move forward. I will die that thing in me and say let's just move forward. I'm giving up something. It's compromise. But it doesn't mean I'm truly really happy. But I'll be like, you know what? I'm happy being
First of all, I would like to remind you that I have a master's in psychology. When people are bullshitting me, I can smell it. So people tell me their marriages are happy, and I know they're not.
I was going to say, it's probably from her perception. But I want to ask you a question. So say you guys are a couple, right? And then one person comes. Yes, one person comes, you come and says, you love each other. You love her so much, right? But then she comes and says, look, well, you were cheating. You were cheating.
Oh no, boo.
I can't believe
she found out that you were cheating, right? Now she's willing to forgive all your stubs.
I can try.
Right?
Hold hands again.
But she's saying that the only way for her to move forward is for both of you to be open. Because at least she knows that when it does happen again, because your trifling ass will cheat, at least she knew that she gave you the go ahead.
That's going to end in tears.
And she can also do
that. Will end in tears.
And you say no.
That reason.
And he says no.
Then there's no meaning to be together now.
This brings me to men having double standards. If you are a man,
what does the babe do?
Outside, the babe leaves.
The babe is not. She said this is the only reason. He said no. You are still asking what should I do?
If your man can cheat, but cannot understand that, okay, me too, when let me cheat, then you leave. That man does not rate you. That man is using you as house girl or cash cow. It's not see you as you.
Because she'll be willing to do whatever you want.
Because you've cheated.
Because you've cheated.
And I'm even saying you can cheat further, sir. Tell me, and you don't even rate me enough to be telling me the gist. You just want to be cheating in secret, and me say I should stay at home and be making stew for
find out at the STD.
Nah, carry your load and go.
Wow.
First, him in somebody else in his bed, let him catch you. Then go, bastard.
Tamara,
don't listen to me. I love problem. You know that I mean. I like chaos. I don't want peace. I want problem always.
God. Okay, so leave.
That's best.
I hope you are listening.
That's best. So how far would you guys go to keep a man or a woman? Like if someone said, look, I want to be in an open relationship, would you agree?
Hey.
You've said no, whatever. Sorry, Claire. You've said no.
I'm not sure. Not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah,
if someone said,
giving up on that life.
If someone said, can we have a hall pass?
Let me tell you something, Tamara. Let me tell you
something. Oh, you too. This is part of.
I can go to and through any length to keep my wife.
But you just said that if she says I want an open marriage,
that's what I was about to say.
What I'm saying.
Let's
However,
say the box.
because let me tell you something.
We have 5 minutes. Be quick.
Let me tell you. Fuck up. There is nothing, and I'm telling this because it's not something I've heard or something. It's something I've experienced. There is nothing prayer cannot change.
Hallelujah.
I'm telling you, man.
Hallelujah. That is true. That is true.
Nothing.
Now, if your spouse, okay, so no open relationship, but if the person says, okay, can we get a hall pass? That is once or twice a year, and everybody will know, can I go outside? Will you agree to that?
I think as long as there's communication, whatever it is, yes, okay.
Okay, so communication.
Let me tell you the truth. I've lived a past life. And in this present life, I don't want to try any of that. I just want to try for the one that is. Let's work towards doing. Let's just try the straight and narrow.
Okay, but what about sexual
fantasies? But it's just personal. Let's just try straight and narrow where we're choosing each other and see what happens there. If we now fail by mistake,
please one out because I was about to ask. So what about personal like fantasies and stuff? I've not even entered the question when Noble said, so you buy wig.
I buy 15 with blonde, red, pink. Every day people change. Every day today I'm Johnny from.
Today I'm Anita. Today I'm Stella.
I'm waist trainer. So that your size can change.
Everything will change. No, you buy wig and you also buy pants. So sometimes you buy everything separate. You give your spouse versatility. Please, that brings us to the end of the episode. We have discussed too many things today. But the moral of the story is. Life is dynamic. Open or open, anyone that fits you. Honesty and communication is shaky in any form of your relationship. We want to say massive thank you to Taymi B. Thanks for being here.
This was so much fun. This is like better than Sex and Mr. C. We should do a show outside of here and explore his past life.
Accelerate, so that's our next series. Bio is you.
This is Samantha. She just wow. God. Off camera. We go talk.
We will be back very soon next week or at some point with another episode of Shade Corner. Don't you forget to stay subscribed to Accelerate Plus because we have all your amazing content that you want. Visa on arrival. They all live this wonderful show. See you guys soon. Bye bye.
Well, guys, what are the other ways to spice up? Is that Koboko? Oh yeah, give your old.
This Koboko was spanking.
No, everything was saying you combine it to. So Koboko is now dancing.
Tamara, let me know.
That's the challenge where they say if your boy.